Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and today I'm on South Padre Island, Texas, and I'm here to show you some places where you can camp in your RV if you come to South Padre Island. If you drive down the far end of the road going north on the island, then you will finally come to this spot. This is the end of the road, and people park here so that they can walk across the sand dunes and go out to the beach. Now, as you drive down the road, you will see the sand encroaching onto the road in a lot of places. And some places it's so much that you can know there's only one vehicle can go down at a time. But if you find yourself on South Padre Island and you don't have a space in one of the RV parks, then to spend the night, you can come down here at the end of the road and find a place to park overnight, which is what I did with my motorhome last night. And after about 10 p.m., there was no one else in sight. So it's not a popular place to park overnight, but you can certainly do it. And you can find an area where the sand is not too much onto the road to where you can pull off and park, because there are shoulders on both sides of the road here. And by the way, there are no signs here with any parking restrictions. All you see is no motor vehicles past that barrier and road closed. I have just walked across the dunes over to the beach, where there is a road going all along this beach. Not really a road, but it is just the beach. But you can see the tracks where people have driven and gone much further north than where we are here, where the paved road ends. And further towards town, there are several places where they have access roads where you can drive onto the beach. And in a previous visit, I drove the whole way down the beach on my motor scooter. And a lot of people do bring their RVs out onto the beach and camp overnight. There's no charge for camping. There is just simply a fee to drive out onto the beach, which I forget how much it is, but it's not much. And it's just a one-time fee to get in. But let me warn you, before you drive any vehicle out onto the beach here, look at it first, and you better be really confident that you can drive your vehicle down the beach and not get stuck. And let me tell you, from my experience viewing this before, I would not bring my motorhome out onto the beach. I know for sure I would end up calling a tow truck to pull me out. But if you have a much smaller RV, it might be okay, especially if you have a four-wheel drive. So another possibility of overnight camping, South Padre Island is right on the beach. A lot of people do it. And there are miles and miles and miles of beach here where you can drive along it. And further into town, there are areas where a whole lot of people congregate. You can park there if you want to be around people, or if you're looking for solitude. Let me tell you, this is a good place for solitude. The most you might see is a few people walking out onto the beach like that. Oh, and by the way, if you drive out onto the beach after the stands close where they charge the fee, which I think is 6 o'clock or something like that, then there is no one there to collect a fee. So if you come late in the day, you don't even have to pay the access fee to get out onto the beach. Your third choice is Bowie County Park. It has this day use parking lot and also the buildings there and the access to the beach. And then it has a small RV park. And the park is located right across the street from the South Padre Convention Center. And it has 50 amp electric hookups, water, and a sewer connection. And as you might expect, it is not cheap. It costs $60 a day to park here. And there's a $3 extra charge if you use a credit card. So I am not happy about paying that much, but for one day, all right. And right close to where I have my motorhome parked, there is this restroom building, and then here is a footbridge that goes out to the beach. This structure has a lot of picnic tables with a roof, and there is also a wooden walkway going out to the beach. So I guess that's part of what you're paying for. Well, not all the way to the beach. The walkway ends here and then it's sand the rest of the way. Along the dunes here is some nice soft sand, but about 20, 30 some feet from the water, it's just real muddy sand. And as you can see, it's hard enough to drive on. There's tracks going all up and down the beach here. And this is where the hotels start. From here on into town, the beach is pretty much just lined with hotels. And about 8 or 9 months ago, I posted a video where I rode my motor scooter all up and down the beach to show you what it looks like. And at that time, it was in the summer, and the beach was just lined with all sorts of vehicles, cars and trucks, where people drive out and spend the day. I went into the water a few minutes ago, and it's still cold here in late March, but it really warms up a lot in the summer. Your fourth choice where to camp is at the KOA, which is near the south end of the island. But the KOA is on the bay side of the island rather than the beach side. So this is about the best view you're going to get at the KOA. Boat launch ramp here, and then there's a restaurant there. But you also get a good view of the Bay Bridge. You can see the Bay Bridge in the distance there that goes over to the mainland at Port Isabel. And the fifth and last option where to park is at the Isla Blanca County Park, which is in the same park system as the Bowie Park is, so as well it costs $60 a day, although the rates vary with the season from $40 to $60. Both the KOA and Isla Blanca is right next door to the Schlitterbahn Water Park, which is on the beach. So if you're going to be spending a day or two at Schlitterbahn, then one of these two parks would be a good place to stay. Isla Blanca is the largest campground I have ever seen, with 600 full hookup sites. However, there are none that are at the beach. You have to drive your car or walk over to the beach area to enjoy that. Which, as you can see, a lot of people have. And this is on a Thursday. And they're even out in the water in late March here. This is a really nice beach that has not been beaten down by cars driving on it. We have this big pavilion and the grill. There's something odd I've noticed about this row in the park is that if you back in to your space, you will find the electrical connection on the wrong side. So you have to stretch your cord all the way across the RV, as well as the water hose connection. But there's no way I could get my sewer hose to stretch all the way across here. And as well, my picnic table is on the wrong side. Now if you go head in, then you're fine. And sometimes I do park head in if I've got a really nice view in my windshield. But here, not so much. And at the front office, they told me to back in, which I did without even noticing it. And the whole row is like this. Well, folks, that's my review of the 5 places that you can park your RV on South Padre Island. If you come here someday, I'm sure this will help you. Good day.